This clip is about harmonic analysis, and the example we'll be using is the Invention number 13 by Bach. If you're using the Keith Schnell theory books, it's in the level 8 book. If you're not, you could just download Invention number 13 by Bach online and you can start working on this. I have done the harmonic analysis for the easier chords, and then we're going to be talking about the more challenging ones in this clip. Even though it has been given to us, we could have easily figured out it's in A minor. It is because the key signature has no sharps or flats. So we know that our two options are C major or A minor. And within the first part, we see G sharp. So we know it's probably A minor because G sharp is the 7th note in the A minor scale. So it's harmonic minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know this is an A minor. The first chord is really simple. It's just a 1 chord. Then we go on to this one. E, G sharp, B, D. I have went ahead and arranged it so that it's in root position. Bass clef. E, G sharp, B, D. So A, B, C, D, E. Wow, it's built on top of the 5th note. And I know it's not a borrowed chord, even though it has a G sharp. It's because it's from the harmonic minor. So it's built on top of the 5th note. It's the 5/7. But over here we cannot put 5/7 because E is not the lowest note. So it's not in root position. It's G sharp. Okay, so it's in first inversion. We have G sharp, B, D, and E. There's interval of a 6 and an interval of 5. So we know that if it's E that's on the bottom, it's root position 7, first inversion 6, 5. So the answer for this would be 5, 6, 5. This one, you will notice that it has A, C, E, just like the first chord. But it's not just a simple 1, it's a 1, 6, 4. Because E is the lowest note. So no numbers needed if E is on the bottom. 6 is needed if A is on the bottom. And C on the bottom, it's 6, 4, second inversion. The rest of the first line is quite simple. Then we get to the second line. We have A, C, E, G natural. That A is the first note, the tonic of A minor. Then all these 4 pitches are with diatonic, meaning they all belong to the scale. So just a simple 1, 7. Then we get to this one. A, C, D, F. We know that it's not root position because you have a second. Then let's first make it in root position. D, F, A, C. What I have just done is arrange it so that every single note is a third apart. We are in the key of A minor. A, B, C, D. It's the 4th note. So this is the 4/7 chord. The inversion that we have given here is A, C, D, F. So A is the lowest note. A, C, D, F. Okay. It's got an interval of a 4 and an interval of a third, 4th and 3rd. So the harmonic analysis for this one will be 4, 3. So it's 4, 4, 3. Okay, wow, we have the first borrowed chord. What I mean by a borrowed chord is a chord that does not belong to the scale. It's borrowed from some other key. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out the quality of this chord. We have and in root position would be G, B, D, F. It's got a major triad and a minor seventh. Has G, D, F as a minor seventh. When it's a major triad plus a minor seventh equals to dominant seventh. So this thing, G, B, D, F, is the dominant seventh chord of a certain key. We know that G is the fifth note because otherwise it wouldn't have been called a dominant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, this thing is borrowed from C major. Okay. We cannot put 5, 7 here because it's not root position. B is the lowest note, so it's 5, 6, 5. It's borrowed from C major. What's C major doing in the key of A minor? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's borrowed from the third of A minor. And because C major is a major chord, so we put 3 there. So this is a type of modulation that we call modulation by secondary dominant. As the composer introduces the secondary dominant of a new key, and then you use the chord to get to the next key. So now we're in the key of C major. We still have to analyze this chord in the original key, because usually when it's done this way, people would at least analyze one more. So C, G, B. Oh, it's just 3 in the key of A and 1 in the key of C. So in C major, C, G, B, it's the 1, it's the tonic, and then in the key of A minor is the third chord. Here we get to this one. We're now in the key of C major, B, D, F. Oh, it sounds really kind of crunched and narrow. It's a diminished triad. We know it's a diminished triad because we have minor third plus diminished fifth. So minor third plus diminished fifth is a diminished triad. And because of that, 7, we need a circle to indicate that it's a diminished triad. The rest of this line is pretty simple. The next one I want to talk about is here. We're still in the key of C major. Then we have this chord that's, I'm just going to write it an octave lower. C, G, B. It's built on top of the tonic, so it's a 1, 7. It's a 1, 7, which is a major 7th chord. 1. Oh, remember we cannot put 7 here because it's G that's on the bottom. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So it's 1, 4, 3. Okay. Let's move on to the second page. I want to talk about this specific modulation. They seem to have labeled it as phrase modulation. What it means is that one phrase in one key and then the next phrase the composer is in completely different key. Personally, I could have done it slightly different. I might have labeled this as a 4, 4, 3 in the key of G, and then I moved to G major. But that's just my personal preference. In this case, they seem to have done it as a phrase modulation. Okay. All of that is pretty simple. Then we now have another modulation. Modulation just moving to a different key within the middle of a composition. This is modulation with a pivot chord. It's slightly different than modulation with borrowed chord, because a borrowed chord belongs to the new key. A pivot chord, it belongs to both the original key and the new key. At the moment, we are in G major. So in G major, we have C, G, B. That's in the root position, okay? Then that would be a 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 6, 5 chord. And the key of E minor, let's figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's the 6th chord. 6, 6, 5. So this is modulation of the pivot chord. The next two are kind of simple. Then you have B, D, F sharp, A. B, D, F sharp, A. This one of something to think about. It's kind of unusual. B, D, F sharp, A. Okay, the reason why I say it's unusual because it's a 5 chord built on top of the 5th note of E minor, but it's not harmonic minor, because you know how usually composers like to use harmonic minor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Usually you're going to get a D sharp, but in this case you don't. So it's going to be a lowercase 5. I am used to putting 2 dots on top just so that it won't get confused with uppercase 5. But some people just do this, just without that bar on the top. So this is just a minor 5, and then 7 chord. And then we have this one, G, B, D, F sharp. It's it's a major 7th chord, and it's built on top of the 3rd note. So we just write 3, 7, okay? So just remember this is actually a minor 5, 7. Okay. Then we get to this one, F sharp, A, C, E. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's analyze it. I'm just going to write an octave below. F sharp, A, C, E. We have a diminished tria on the bottom. We have a minor 7th on the outer. Diminished tria plus minor 7th, you probably have read it in the 7th chords clip that it's half diminished chord. It's a half diminished, it's not fully, it's a half diminished chord. And it's built on top of 2nd note of E minor, so this is 2 half diminished 7. So that's it for this clip. I will be making another clip that finishes the rest of the piece, and hopefully this clip is going to be helpful. Thank you.